first time these two teams played in this tournament was the opening game of the tournament. They gave us a snooze fest. They decided they had to make that up by giving us a game twice as exciting. They didn't. They gave us one that was 4 times as exciting as any other game. That's what you get when you get two marquee teams, Royal Challengers Bangalore and Chennai Super Kings. This is MPL Presents Cricbuzz Live. I have with me Lisa and Shaun. My goodness, what have we just seen? I need a deep breath, I need a cold shower, and I need to take a nap.
Not yet, we've still got to finish the show.
We will finish the show.
But what an amazing match.
Yeah.
MS Dhoni, he always finds a way to take it right to the last over, the last ball, keeps everyone interested. You just didn't think CSK were going to get there, but then all of a sudden, especially when he played those few dots, and Bravo was standing
on the other end going, hang on, what? I haven't come to look around. You want to let me bat as well? And by the way, eventually, CSK have lost the game by 1 inch. That's what they've lost it by, haven't they, Shaun? It's 1 inch.
It is. I mean, those are the great games because they keep all the different results out there, don't they?
Yeah.
Either it could be RCB, it could be CSK, it could be Super Over. None of us can guess. And we all try and be the professional, like, it's going to be won by them, it's going to be lost by them. And down to the jaws of victory. I mean, basically, he had done everything, hadn't he, Dhoni?
Yeah.
Absolutely everything. All he had to do was basically make contact with the ball, and they've won the game. And he comes up with a different delivery. I saw De Villiers had a long chat with Arun there, and he's gone with the slower ball wide. He misses it, and credit's got to go to Partey. He batted well, but he really did hold his nerve on that last throw.
Yeah, because
we've seen those missed before.
Yeah, and if he wouldn't have hit the stumps, it would have gone into a super over, perhaps, or if it was just a second late and ricocheted, they could have got 2 runs. So anything could have happened. This is you can't script this, Lisa. You can't script this level of excitement.
No, you can't. I think this is what I've probably enjoyed the most about this IPL edition, that there are so many games that are going down to the last ball, to the last over, and the fact that, you know, Andre Russell is taking it to some strange ways of finding boundaries and runs right at the end. And MS Dhoni, he is the master of it.
Yeah.
But we're seeing more and more players learn from him.
Yeah,
they say sport's the best form of theatre because there's no script involved here.
Yeah.
You can't work it out.
Well, you think you've figured it out, and then, oh, that's right, something else has happened.
Because the way he was creaming that ball, the way Dhoni was creaming that ball in the last over, he sent one into Cubbon Park. Like, he sent it out. It was one bounce parking lot and straight into the park opposite the stadium. That was a sweet hit, and everything was hit well. That slower ball, he's not going to bowl a Yorker to Dhoni, definitely not a wide Yorker after what he's done to RCB of wide Yorkers in the last season when they played this game here. But that was actually quite ingenious from Umesh.
Yeah, it was. It was a good call at that stage. I remember seeing an advert with Michael Jordan, and it talked about his career. It was a Nike advert, and it was talking about, I've done this, I've missed this many throws, I've missed this many things, I've done this badly, that's why I succeed. And you get the same feeling about Dhoni. He's the guy who's prepared just to try and hold his nerve until that last minute. And even going into the last over, you think, nah, it can't happen. I mean, it's a big call.
Yeah, come on.
He's an experienced Indian player. He's been in the international stage. The bowler's going to hold his nerve. 6, 4, 6. And then all of a sudden he's down to that last ball. So, yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, and he wants to take it to that last over because then it could be 27, it could be 30, but anything is possible in the last over. Bowlers at the top of their mark and thinking, I've got to get this right. Otherwise, so all the pressure is on the bowler right at that time.
Yeah, you get the claw going. It's like, I can't let go of this thing.
So if you can take the game as deep as you can, which Dhoni is a master of, then absolutely anything is possible. I think this is probably where someone like Rishabh Pant could learn a little bit. He's got all of the shots similar to what MS Dhoni, but he just doesn't know when to back off, make sure he bats for long periods of time and then explode at the back end.
Well, today we've seen, they keep talking about the age in sport, and just when you write them off, they come back. And today we've seen it on both sides. We've seen Dale Steyn, and then we saw MS Dhoni. It just shows you that age doesn't impact class, right? Class is always going to be there. And today, MS Dhoni, a masterclass in class, and that's why he's our MPL hero of the game. And the reason why he's there is because he took it right down there, and that strike rate is amazing on a ground where none of his people, none of his other teammates could get it going. But I'm going to hate to be the party pooper here. he did play those 3 balls as dots, and in the end, when you lose by an inch and you lose by a run, oh, there it comes now, 84 of 48, that's 5 fours and 7 sixes. You're going, this a year ago, everybody was saying, he's too old, he's lost that game, he doesn't have it anymore. There's your answer.
Yeah. I suppose the other thing, we talk about those 3, I mean, when Bravo did get us on strike, the next delivery he gets out. So you can analyse it and say, well, maybe, but I still think it was the right call. And the fact that it got down to 1 run to tie, 2 required of that last ball, means that he had got it down to the right equation required. He just didn't make the contact. And that was probably the biggest surprise of all, that he missed the final delivery.
Yeah, it was great. Well, anyway, let's have a look at who's on our leaderboard now, because we've been looking at 400s. We need 400, so we got a 400. Come on! So close. Jagabandhu, our super team hero on MPL with 367.5 points. Well done, buddy. Well done. Congratulations to you. And in case the rest of you couldn't get it done on super team today, then you can also play run out and pro cricket on MPL. So do that, and I hope you do better than that. Okay, so let's have a look at the RCB bowling attack. I want to have a look at that as well. Where you go, they got CSK on the mat. Now, when you're looking at 56 for 4, RCB's also got to be thinking, hang on, how did we let CSK get to 2 runs of the last ball?
Well, their bowling has been an issue, hasn't it? We're not only talking this season, we're talking previous seasons. Right at the death bowling, they just don't hit their lengths. They're not quite sure what to do, and I think that's why Dale Steyn coming back in, they were hoping his experience, he can rub off on the players, whether it be from a training perspective, the tactical meetings. This is what we need to do. The issue is they may know what to do, they just can't execute it. That's the other thing. And you get a sense when 1 4 goes, another 4 goes, everyone's like, I don't want the ball to come to me.
Deja vu.
I don't want to be in this situation. Please, I don't want to bowl. And that's the wrong situation to be in.
I think Dale Steyn's given them a little bit of an edge, even if it's just from a self-belief perspective. That performance he put in against Calcutta was good. This performance he's put in tonight gives them some hope. And I also think the fact that they've managed to defend 160 odd or whatever it was has given them the belief in that camp. They've managed to win 2 out of 2 tight games, and the bowlers have held their nerves. Only just. What is it? 1 inch that they hold their nerve by. But you do start to believe that kind of confidence grows in a unit. And also with Dale Steyn coming in, people are thinking, well, he's picking wickets up front for us. So maybe he's our guy who can take us to the next level as a bowling unit. Chahal's always been their consistent performer over the last 3 or 4 years.
Chahal was good as well today. Run a ball.
Yeah, very good. Only went for 1 boundary. It was his last delivery of the day. I think they'll be feeling quietly confident. They'll still feel a bit nervous of the fact of how close it got. But you never know. You win 3 games in a row from now onwards, that snowball effect can unfold.
By an inch or by a mile, 2 points are 2 points, right? They're not looking at net run rate right now, RCB. They can live to fight that battle another day. Remember, if they'd lost today, technically they would have had no chance of making it. There are teams that have made it with 14 points in the past, gone on to win the title as well. Talking about the Mumbai Indians here. So there you go. At 10 games, RCB is looking at 6 points now. And Chennai suddenly is going, we've had 2 losses back to back.
Yeah, but they're not bad losses in that sense. And also you don't...
Hyderabad was.
Oh, Hyderabad was.
This one perhaps not.
Correct. But you don't mind losing at this stage. You want to lose, this is the time to lose a couple, and then you get on a winning streak. You want to try and start to win your last couple of games before the playoffs, and then you kind of cruise on through. So the problem for Chennai Super Kings is they started off so well. They were winning. At some point you've got to lose. So I think they've had their little hiccup, just after halfway stage, and now they'll figure it out. They're a quality side.
They need to win 1 out of the next 4 to qualify. They'd want to win 2 so that they're guaranteed a 1-2 spot, so that they just rule everybody else out and you get
second chance.
Two chances to go into the finals. But they'd back themselves. I mean, actually, I don't know why we talk about that, because with Dhoni as a captain, there's no negative mindset creeping into that, or overconfidence creeping into that unit.
Yeah, it's also a comfortable position to be in, because if you do make a mistake, you can learn from it, but you can learn from it in a nice manner. There's no pressure on top of your shoulders at the fact that, we've messed that up, now we might not qualify. they're saying to themselves, we're going to qualify. Even if we maybe don't even win one of our last 3 games, there's a good chance we still go through. So it's much easier to learn those lessons as a team when you're still top of the pops and you've got the points secure.
Yeah.
What I did enjoy today was also the 3 bowlers, Steyn, Takir and Shahar, all bowling 3 overs up front in that power play. We don't often see that where you bowl the full 3 overs. All 3 of them got the ball to swing, a little bit of movement through the air. So as a fast bowler, it's nice just to see that unfolded and that they took some confidence and self-belief and backed themselves.
Yeah, you like that. And he also, we have to say, Shaun Pollock called the first dismissal correctly. Didn't he say, Lisa? He said, bowl the test line in length, get a slip in. That's how they got Shane Watson's wicket. And then that peach of a Yorker to Suresh Raina, just, toppled all over it. And the first up that ball is just, well, you can't play. It's unplayable up there. Just to round it up, Bravo to bat at 8 in a chase. A little surprising there.
Well, they've got so many match winners. That's the problem with Chennai Super King. It depends on the situation, and I'm sure Fleming would have been kind of doing the matchups as well. Who's left to bowl? Who's more comfortable facing those type of bowlers? So maybe that was a thought process and kind of holding back Bravo.
Yeah, I think I know what happened. Bravo's not played in a few matches, so I think Fleming and Dhoni just forgot that he can bat. Right?
I don't know about that. Maybe left-handed Jadeja up the order. Maybe that was the call.
Yeah, because even the way Dhoni didn't take the singles, I think he just forgot that guy's pretty good as well.
Bravo's played enough. I don't think he'll let it get to his ego, but to lesser individuals, you would say, hey, listen, I can hold the bat. You run. Let me try and hit a boundary myself.
Yeah.
But he just had to suck it up.
Yeah, well, it's what happens in MS Dhoni's head. I don't even think MS Dhoni knows what goes on in that head. So I don't think, can decode that. What we can decode is that, well, now CSK has had 2 losses in a row. RCB has had 2 wins in a row. And suddenly, things are looking slightly different. Well, there you go. This is how it ended. 161 is what Bangalore got. We didn't think it would be enough, not on this ground. But early wickets for RCB. Bit of energy shown in the field there. And then you had pretty much the MS Dhoni show, which was the second half. 84 not out of 48. Trying to steal a single off the last ball without connecting. Trying to get that match forced into a super over. But Parthiv Patel just hit the stumps in 1 inch. 1 inch was the difference. Who was on the other end? Who got run out? It was Chahar, right? Or Shardul? Who? Chahar. Shardul got run out. Shardul. You're going to go...
No idea.
Yeah.
You're too busy hoping that Dhoni kind of made...
Yeah, it was just Dhoni because it was just a spectator at the other end. Yeah. It could be like Fleming holding the bat at the other end. They would have liked Fleming to be holding the bat. They needed that 6 foot 7 inches at the time with the dive coming in. Well, not to be. That wraps up our second game today. Whoa, man. That's way too much excitement for this time of the night, especially at my age. I'm going to be up till 4 now. All right, well, let's see the game that we have coming up tomorrow. It's just the one game because we can only handle the one game tomorrow. That's all we can handle. The Rajasthan Royals playing the Delhi Capitals in Jaipur. The good news, they're going to play twice. They haven't played at all. The good news for Delhi is they're playing away. They love playing away. They've won 4 out of 5 away. They hate Kotla. They love going out. A bit like all of us when we were like 18, right? Don't want to be at home. 17. I want to go out. That's the Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, well, I think they figured out what they needed to do at Delhi the last game. Obviously, Shreyas Iyer, captain, led from the front. They took their time. Ricky Ponting has been quite hard on the players, saying, look, we're just looking for boundaries. We're not looking to rotate the strike. So they were able to kind of do that in the last match. You're right. They'll like going away. A bit more pace, a bit more bounce will allow their natural flair to come in, and that's where you hope someone like Prithvi Shaw, Rishabh Pant, the ones that can be explosive, they'll like those conditions that they actually get going, because we haven't really seen scores from them for a number of games now. Yeah,
for a lot of games. Prithvi got that 99. Rishabh got the fireworks in the first game that they played against Mumbai. After that, it's been a quiet season for them. And I mean, they're young players, and Rishabh Pant is copping a lot of flack. Even games when you need 20 of 20, he's not finishing it. He's expansive shots when they're not the need. He'd be feeling the pressure a bit, wouldn't he?
He will be feeling it a little bit, but I think the expectation when you sit and watch of someone like a Dhoni who's so experienced and done it countless times, that calm head just comes over his shoulders and he just goes about his business. Richard Pant's still young. I don't think you can forget that he's still wet behind the ears and learning his game and learning his trade. And with time, it'll come to a stage where he's more calm and just more relaxed and does get the team over the line. I think he's a fantastic player. And it's just those kind of parts. But I mean, who better to learn from? To sit in that camp with Ricky. I'm sure he's giving him some good thoughts and trying to calm him down and make him a better player. So it'll be good for India eventually, but a little bit frustrating for the Delhi Capitals at this stage.
Yeah. Don't learn at the expense of our wins. That's what they must be saying. All right, well, let's have a look at the Delhi squad and see if Lisa and Shaun feel there would be any changes coming in this.
I don't think there'd be any change. The only thing was potentially bringing in another pace bowler. But, I mean,
they have Avesh Khan sitting there. There's an Indian pacer. They've got Avesh Khan. Remember, he's going with India. He's one of the 4 pacers who are going with the Indian squad. So, they do have him. He did well in the last season.